first and foremost, you know I want to give all honors and praises and glory belongs to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Bahasham Mahavakar Kwadash. Name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, in who I reverence. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. And I want to say to Wadi Yahweh Yahweh Shai for allowing me for another day to be able to minister to the hopeful elect in hopes that they will be saved within these last days. Alright, without further ado, we're just going to flow with this bit. This ain't going to be a long lesson, right? I basically want to go into, again, more things on what's going on. Check this out. Headlines. Well, it's not the headlines, but it's in the paper anyway. Alright. Resisting plans for 20-minute neighborhoods. Check it out. Alright, that's what they want. What's it part of? Re-agenda. That's what they want. Alright, so we're gonna go into, just read a bit of this. At Thetford Town Council meeting, saw an unprecedented turnout of residents voicing their concerns over the proposed rollout of 20-minute neighborhoods. So people are proposing it. People don't want this. 20-minute neighborhoods. Alright? 20-minute neighborhoods. And what's the agenda? We're going to go into all of that. Right? We're going to go into all of it. Lord willing. The meeting in February came about after a group of critical thinkers were made aware of the project via an article in Eastern Daily Press, where Thetford along Attleborough and Rodham is set to trial the scheme. So it's a scheme. It's a government scheme, which was really created by the elites, and they tell your mayors to try it out because they're part of an agenda. And that word scheme gives it away. The meeting had to come about when a group of local people who began a stand in the park during the COVID lockdowns decided to unite on this issue. Between them, they organised 5,000 leaflets to be printed and distributed to the residents of Thetford, in the hope of bringing about much needed awareness of what is being instigated by central government, all right? And who runs the central government? Real elites, and implemented at local level. This was going on. Have you ever wondered why certain things are going on? Why you're being watched? This is part of an agenda, right? Really, they don't really, on a large scale, they don't really want people to leave their households on a large scale. They don't really want that. They don't really want you traveling openly. You might think they do. No. They're creating 15 to 20-minute cities. Why? So they can monitor everything you're doing. Not that they can't monitor you when you're traveling, if you've got Oyster or whatever, but it's more easier if you're just in one city, one location, you have your supermarkets, you have everything there. And this is how they can easily keep a tab on you. They got the 5G that's set up everywhere now. I see some new towers on the right side of me. There's about 5-7 of them. Right? So they're setting up all this. Why? So they can set up the Internet of Things, and so everybody could be locked into the grid. A grid system. It's all a part of one thing. So there is people that are waking up. And it says they needed awareness. The group had recently attended a very large protest in Oxford, where Oxfordshire County Council has already decided to roll out 15-minute city agenda. Oh, you can't make this up. They're not saying it was agenda. 15-minute agenda. Whose agenda is it? It's the agenda of the elites. Okay. 15-minute city agenda set to come into effect 2024. 2024. They're looking to really set this thing in. Right now, what they're doing is a test run. And now, I hope this is all making sense now, why everybody is being monitored. Everybody is monitoring each other. But you're being more so monitored because you're not falling for the okie doke. That's why it's more intense upon you. But they're all monitoring each other. It's a part of an agenda. Okay. regardless of the majority of the public not agreeing to it. So in other words, they don't care if you agree with it or not. This is what's going to go down. This is what's being proposed. As a result of the hard work put in by the group, the council meeting went ahead with very positive results. The turnout was so impressive that the King's House boardroom was not big enough to safely accommodate everyone. The meeting was quickly moved to Thomas Paine Hotel thanks to quickly thinking of Mark Taylor, a local councillor in Thetford. Over 200 Thetfordians filled the space of the hotel's dining room, courtesy of Jez Catal, the owner of the land, lord of the venue. As you can see it here, the picture here. Right, so this thing, that shows there is people out there that are aware and that do care. Not everyone's an airhead, right? There is people out there that care, right, for what's going on, and that are going to speak up, right, against the lies, against what the mischief that's going on, all right? And it says Baba Kashar. So this is all about control, manipulation, and control. So let's go on to the next, then we're going to get into the scriptures. Come on now. Company, LSP Film Productions, was at the meeting and recorded, right? The whole event. In the video, the main public speaker, Mike Ball, an ex-policeman of 13 years service who served in Thetford, is seen to be in full flow, brimming with passion. He held the mayor of Thetford, Jane James, accountable along with other Thetford councillors. So they're having meetings on this. And it says, Jane James accountable along with other Thetford councillors. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Throughout Ball's speech, the dog's turning away for some reason. And gathered the locals erupted with cheers and applause as deep feelings were made clear to those that are being addressed. So basically, it's 15 to 20 minute cities that are being what? Made up. So everything's going to be convenient. Everything's going to be convenient, right? That's how they're making it. Everything convenient and just like that, right? So they don't really want you to venture out. They don't want you to venture out. And did you know they can see what you're doing within your households just by 5G? That's how they're able to see what you're doing, by 5G. Okay, this thing is really going down. So let's go to Job. Baba Kashar. This is Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. So all these devices that they're setting for us, Yahweh is going to disappoint that. All the devices. So what's the devices? 5G, right? 5G is a device. What else? V2K, weapon technology, which they set up within their cars. These are car systems as well. All that, these are devices that Yahweh is going to upset. So all these devices, let's check it out. Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. So the devices that are being used against us, they're going to be what? Disappointed. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay? What's their enterprise? Their NWO. And the NWO is the New World, you already know what it is. New World Order. Right? Which they're seeking to what? Attain. So Lord's going to disappoint that. Right? And he's going to raise up our kingdom. Oh, then they're going to get it underway. There's particular things they're going to do. But the Lord, Yahweh, he's going to intervene. So right now, this is why there's a lot of things going on within the spirit. Because it's an agenda that's being pushed. Right? This whole thing about freedom. Now we, in this truth, we have freedom. They want to take, don't you get it? It's like a communist regime. They want to take every single rights you have. They don't want you traveling freely. They don't want you meeting people. They don't want that. They want a total, what do you call it, totalitarianism. They want a total terrorism state, if I'm saying it right, where everything's controlled. All right, that's what they want. All right, calm your spirit as well. I hear people screaming, calm your spirit, don't be afraid. I'm just here to tell you the good news. And it says, just a minute, go to Job 5:12. He disappointed the device of the crafty, so their hands could not perform their enterprise. Because the elites, they're getting on now, so they want this thing pushed quick. They want it pushed quick because they're getting older. Excuse me just a minute. All right, still got a bit more battery. I don't want to do this lesson too long. And it says, Baba Kasha, verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So everything, the so-called wise are what? The technicians, the physicians. They're wise, but it's in wickedness. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So that's what Yahushua's going to do. Right? And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Because there's a lot of crafty things going on. But that's why you got to be in the scriptures. There's a lot of things that the elites are doing. These technicians, there's a whole load of things that they're doing. And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. The counsel of the froward carried headlong to no avail. Alright? They meet with darkness in the daytime. So you have those that are meeting in high positions in the daytime. It says they meet with darkness in the daytime. So what's that darkness? It's wickedness. It's the agendas. How they can keep you further enslaved. That's what they're meeting with. Darkness in the daytime. Witchcraft, sorcery. And they have, what's that thing that I forgot what they called it now. That, you called it a magic ball, what they put their hand up on. I forgot what they call it. Right? But they're meeting with darkness in the daytime. Probably as I'm speaking now, they probably have had meetings today. Probably having meetings now on what the next step is going to be. How can they speed this agenda up? They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But it says grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. Okay? So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. So ultimately, the Lord is going to save his elect. But this is the agenda. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Give me just a minute. And that's why somewhere in Corinthians says we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know what Satan's doing. Alright? Psalms 10 and 2. You know? I want to go to chapter 10. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord Yahweh? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? Sometimes it feels like that. Even though he ain't hiding himself. Right? Sometimes it feels like, hold on, why are the wicked doing all these things and it seems like nothing's happening? Huh? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. So the wicked, they're persecuting the poor. It's only the wicked that do that. And we are considered the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So this is a prayer of King David. Let them be taken in their own devices that they have imagined. Let them be taken in their own devices that they have imagined, that they have purposed. So everything they seek to do to us, to overthrow us, let that be brought upon them. The Lord Yahushua is the ultimate chess player. He's calling the shots. However it's your chess, yeah, you think you've checked us. No, the Lord's going to check you. This is the Lord's program. You got people that want to put you on a program. This is the Lord's program. Right? You got people that want to change your outcome of life. Right? Bro, there's only going to be one or two outcomes. That's lucky. There's only going to be one outcome. And that's the Israelites, they're going to be saved, and the wicked, they're going to be destroyed, starting with Esau. But Esau's trying to do everything he can to knock us off our path. Come on now. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken the device that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. So they're boasting. They're in their little meetings. Yeah, rubbing their hands. You know, yeah, this is going to plan. It is. Until it don't go to plan. Of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not all in his thoughts. So the wicked are not seeking after their Heavenly Father. They look at it, oh, well, you're wasting your time. That's how they see it. His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above his sight. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them, taunts them. He's a very prideful man. Remember, this man's got a military, right? He's got a military, he's got government agencies. So he's very prideful. Okay? Very prideful. Okay? And it says, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved. I shall never be in adversity. So this is how he's thinking. Right? He thinks he can never be moved. But it's going to be in adversity. Right? His mouth is full of cursing and deceit. This speak about Esau. Full of cursing. Full of deceit. Right? That's what the wicked are full of. Cursing and deceit. And fraud. This is a very fraudulent kingdom that we're living in. Under his tongue is mischief. So there's nothing but mischief that's going on. And wickedness within this kingdom. And vanity. Alright? That's a nice looking dog right there. Okay, a poodle. And it says, and he sitteth in the lurking palaces. Alright? Places. And he secretly did murder. Yeah, that's a pretty dog. And it secretly does murder the innocent. That's what he does. This is what he's doing. Secretly, privily does murder the innocent. Well, how do you think he's doing this? Right? That's why you got to watch out for these no touch torture programs. You got to watch out. Right? Certain people have died from that. We see, bro, the Lord can see what you're doing. It's better you just pack up your things, right? Pack up your things, remove your car, and just go. But these people, they're so proud, they're going to continue doing what they're doing. The Lord Jehovah sees what you're doing. Right? We need to shut him up. Let's turn up the frequency, so just to let him know that we're doing it. Yeah, bro, the Lord knows what Yahushua put the spirit on you to do that. But then you would think, hold on a minute, the Lord's going to judge you for that. Right? So it says they secretly murder the innocent in the villages. Well, who does that? CIA? The MI5? They're the ones that do these things. Right? Bro, you got all the, look, you got the cameras in my house, you got my phone tapped, you got everything tapped. Right? You put a little hole in the wall and covered it up with bricks. I've seen what you've already done. Put a little device within the kitchen so you can see where I'm walking. So, if one of these villains or whatever, well, where's your evidence? Hurry up and present your evidence. Because it's getting boring now. And it's going to get exposed. So it's the best thing you can do is just close the case and move on to somebody else. Because if you don't, you're going to continue to get exposed. Right? You can park outside my premises, but that doesn't mean anything. Oh yeah, we're going to park outside his premises just to let him know we're watching him. So what? You've been watching me for what? Over 7 years. You think I haven't clocked? You've been watching me for over 7 years. Maybe longer than that. Come on, Salakia. Let me keep my emotions in check. His eyes are privily set against the poor. That's why we got to be careful. And I done a video on that a couple days ago. Stay out of the way. Stay out of the way of these narcissists. Stay out of the way of these people. Stay out of the way of some of these government contractors. You know what, bro? You know what a contractor is? They're under contract. Some of them, they have another name. It's called death dealing. Stay the hell out of the way. And that's why I always say, when you teach, You do what you do and get out the way. There's a lot of things going on. And not all contractors are death dealers. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of things that go on that you wouldn't realize. All right? I want to go to Michael. This is serious business. There's been things going on. Bro, this ain't for the whole world to know right now. All right? And contractors, well, who hires contractors? Private firms, private security. So it has to be someone that is in hand with private security firms. All right? And they call it security. I forgot the names of them. I forgot the names of the companies. Oh, it's security. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're disguising it as that. Someone might have put a price on your head. Right? This is serious stuff. Well, and I got bro. There's a few connections I have, a few people I can make a few phone calls, but I don't wanna go that route. There's no need to, because we let Yahawashi deal with it. Right? Let Yahawashi deal with it. Okay? I always say that's why you gotta watch out for jealousy. Watch out for what you're doing. Don't show them too much. You never know who's been watching you all these years, plotting, scheming. Go to Micah 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Scriptures, woe, destruction. That work iniquity upon their beds. These people are itching to do some wickedness. When the morning is like, they practice it, and that also goes nighttime as well. And remember these videos that we have, don't think for 1 second you don't have a witch that may see a video, witch or warlock, and at night time they're not burning candles, pentagrams, saying death curses. Bro, this is why we have to stay prayed up. There's a war going on. As Mobb Deep was saying, there's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. This is serious stuff that we're involved in. Serious stuff. Right? And I always say, well, you know you're special when, all right, you're on the right hand side, but the left hand side still wants you. That's why you got to break all demonic covenants, or some demonic covenants that you may be in, you may have been in league with that you didn't know. You have to break that straight away. Straight away. You may have made covenants with particular demons, idols. You have to break that straight away. Because that's how certain spirits can attack you, if you still have covenants or open doors or items that spirits can use. Excuse me just a minute. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. This the elitist more so. They're the ones that are working all this iniquity. You can blame the Masons. No, the Masons are just following their orders, what they're told to do. Right? They go to a lodge and you have the top lodge member, he says, do this, do that, follow this person, and that's what happens. And they all team up, they have to. Right? So you can't, oh, he's Mason. No. There's people that are higher than the Masons. The top higher level of them is the elites. Because it is in the power of their hand, it's in the power of their hand to do these things. They have the power to do it. Right? They covet fields and take them by violence and houses. How? Well, you hire what? Private firms. You hire contractors. You hire CIA. Cause confusion. The CIA were known for causing confusion in different countries. Right? And that's why they're not allowed in Cuba. Right? Cuba are very strict. They don't allow CIA there. Right? They don't even have American vehicles there. Cuba, they're not having it. Right? Because that's what they're set up to do. Cause confusion. Cause lies. They're agents of chaos. Okay? And COVID fills. And again, I've said I don't have nothing against contractors. Because there's certain contractors, they're men of integrity. They love the field of work they do. It's just that those that are corrupt, corruption on any level, that's not right. Right? That's not right. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. We already went into that, and they take them away, and so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. So they do that. They set up in different lands. Right? You got contractors in the UK. They go abroad. They go abroad. It's not just in the UK. They go abroad. I've seen contractors in Jamaica, America. They go different places. They're hired. These would be your mercenaries. No, mate. It's just a builder. No, it's security work also. Disguised as security. Government informing. Setting up cameras, setting up devices. This is very, very... But I just want to keep it in one thing. But this is part of the setup of the system. Okay? Telecommunications. They're all one company. They all work together. They build up, they maintain this system. That's what they do. At the end of the day, it's a job. The money, they get paid good money as well. They're minted. You ever see the contractors, what cars they drive around? Right? They're looked after, but still, it's a shady business. Real shady. But I don't want to speak too much. I don't want them on my ass. Anyways, maybe just a minute. This is a part of the whole system. Revelations 13 and 16. I know that off heart now. And he calls it all, both small, great, rich, poor, free, born to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Whoever does not buy nor sell cannot receive. That's the main goal. Excuse me. That's the main goal. That's what they want. That's the end goal of the elites. They want this RFID in your palm or in your head. That's what they want. Right? Because right now they have devices. Like I said, I already told you, the 5 double, right? I gotta say it in them terms because they want to shut down the videos when you do certain things. So again, these devices, they have it already, where they're able to read. I've already said it. Take a data and read the frequencies within your mind to a certain extent, but the frequencies are in your mind. They go off, on, off. So it's not 100% accurate, right? But with this RFID, they'll be able to do this in real time. Everything, right? They'll be able to know when you go into the toilet, when you go into bed, when you're drinking, all this, your temperature, all these things they'll be able to know in real time. And this is all for what? The RFID. That's why it's called radio frequency identification. Right? And that's what they want. That's the end goal. Because they can't, bro. They don't know everything. They don't know everything. They can't see everything. If I turn off this phone and make a transaction, right, in terms of money or gift or whatever, they wouldn't be able to know. They wouldn't be able to know. Right? So, how would they be able to monitor everything? Through that device. Through that device. That's how they'd be able to do it. Okay? So this is what it's coming to. And that's why we're seeing things change. That's why you see the test run. That's why you see people walking, a lot of people walking around. So what? Alright, face it now. Alright, we get over it. You're being monitored, you're being watched. But they're also being monitored. We're all being monitored. That's part of the agenda. They're seeing how this thing plays out. Who's with it? Who's against it? Oh, he's against it. We're gonna have to bring him to a deterrent camp now. That's what's being happened. Oh, is he what's the word? What's the word? Is he there's a word for it. Is he rehabilitatable? Now there's another word for it. It's another word. But if they don't see you as that, it's like, well, might have no need of you. So they're testing people. Who's going to be for it? Who's going to be against it? Right? And they're doing this with what? Low-level technology now. right? Where they can have your resonance on it, your frequency resonance, and link that up in real time with helicopters, they can link that up in real time. That's how they're able to know where you are and track you, right? And data centers and military, because the military have the data centers. That's where they're able to track you from on high, and satellites, and link it with your frequency resonance through what your mind. They call it neural imaging, and that's how they're able to do that, right? Neural imaging, right? And it's all linked to a computer, yeah, right? So, is there anything else? That's pretty much it on that, but this is why we have to stay prayed up, and that's part of the agenda. 15 to 20 minute cities. We read it, right? In Tetford, resisting plans for 20-minute neighborhoods. This thing is ready going down. It's really going down, right? But ultimately, guess what? The elect are going to be okay, regardless, right? You got these people in these Masonic neighborhoods trying to keep you quiet. Quiet about what? Right? I'm just stating the obvious, right? And you shouldn't be worried about me. If I'm of the elect, there's 144,000. You should be worried about the next 143,000 men. If I'm of the elect, 143,000 men and women that believe in the same thing. And the 1/3 as well. All right. So with this, excuse me just a minute. I'm gonna shut off. Lord willing, this was edifying. And until the next time, Shalom.